Now, KX Sports with David Gibson.
Surrey defensive back Randy Pullum says when you play this position, you have to have a little bit of swagger. Head coach Mike Zimmer says the Honkers' offensive play style is going from inside to outside.
Right field, the Rugby Panthers are excited to be back at the region tournament after a rocky regular season, but it's a production from bench players that push them back to the semifinals.
Glenburn Lady Panthers basketball team made a believer out of me at the beginning of the season, so I had to grab me some Panther merch, and the ladies won their first ever District 12 title. I want to thank them again, hockey team, for allowing me to come try this. Hockey's way harder than I expected, man. This is a workout.
Coach, at the beginning of the season, we talked about getting here to the state tournament. You're here. How do you and your kids feel? Up next in sports, I'm David Gibson, live from the Region 6 tournament, where I spoke with one team that's trying to punch their ticket to state next week. Nicholas and Lauren, last year, it was a lot different where whole towns came to support their team, but this year it's different.
I'm here at the Mason Arena learning from the Jet hockey team about the position of forward. I'm from Texas. We've never played hockey, so let's see what I can do.
As in the words of Jim Mara, playoffs? We're talking about playoffs? That's next week. We have some good games before then. We got R.E. Deemers playing against Botno. Fredrickson fakes a handoff, then he's going to throw it to Jace Nelson, who makes a move, and see you later. 82 yards for the touchdown run. Aggies feeling it from downtown. Lillian Effers lines it up, and it's nothing but net. And I guess it's raining threes in Velva. Now, time winding down the first. Monterey State's Amber Steffen collects the rebound, drives. She throws up the half-court prayer and banks it in. Someone get Luke on the phone. That needs to be in the top plays. He's going to drive baseline. He floats one up. But Carson Yell climbs the ladder to throw it down. Flex on him, young fella. Now I'm ready for districts next week. We're going to see who can make it to regionals. It's going to be a fun ride, so buckle up your seatbelts. So we're going to send it back to y'all. Fourth quarter action, Glenburn's Deanna Hines dribbles. Then she's going to kick it to Sophie Bachmeyer. She fires and drains a big-time three, putting the Panthers up. There's a lot of great basketball these last couple of days. These girls made me miss playing, man. I wanted to get out there with them. But I can't wait to see how these qualifiers and championship games play out. Now, second quarter, Cincinnati's Jerome Ford takes the handoff. He makes a move before breaking free for a 79-yard touchdown to the house. A few plays later, Skyhawks getting it to Grace Kelly. She fakes out the defender, making her fall before banking in the pull-up jumper. I'm here in Crosby at Divide County High School, where one volleyball player is showing triumph in the midst of tragedy.
I was kind of shocked. Like, I didn't believe it for a while until, I had to get back in the role of living with it. And it just took me a while to cope with it and just believe that it happened.
It was just an ordinary day for Jenkins and her family when the unexpected happened.
Me and my family were involved in a fatal car accident on our way back from vacation. My two sisters and father were diagnosed with TBIs, and my mom passed away, and my arm had been severely injured to where they had to amputate it off.
Jenkins is defying the odds on and off the court. She said her mindset had to change for her to get back to her team.
Worse things could have happened, and I can still do the things that I love and want. It just takes a little more effort, and it changed my life for sure, but it really could have been worse.
Her coach, Nicole Bertman, says Jenkins is a resilient player.
Mariah's been through a lot, and she has never quit. She just keeps on trying to do her best and to improve no matter what happens, because she could have just given up and not come back to volleyball. She's the heart of the team. She's the attitude.
Mariah Jenkins says her support system is motivating her to keep pushing forward in life and the sport of volleyball.
Family, my friends, and sports is a big thing that keeps me going, because if it wasn't for them or sports, then I really wouldn't know what to do.
In the game of life, no matter what adversity you may face, with will, determination, and a fighting spirit, you will win.
I never knew I'd come this far. I never thought, especially when I was in the hospital, that I'd be back on the court with my team, and I'm just super excited and happy that I am.
When you think about Surrey basketball, the Aberle family comes to mind. Head coach Ron Aberle played here in the 70s. His oldest son, Cameron, played here 2005 to 2007, and now his two daughters, Mia and Katie Aberle, are helping lead the girls' basketball team.
It's definitely challenging. I'm harder on them than anybody else. Sometimes it definitely follows us home.
Daughters Katie and Mia say their father is harder on them because they are family, but uses that blood bond as motivation to improve every day.
My sister, I'm sure it's a lot of pressure, like always having to do as much as we can to like be enough for the team.
Constantly just trying to prove that you're there and you deserve to play, not just because you're like the kid's coach, but because you deserve to be there. So there's definitely a lot more pressure.
I only want you to become better because I know what your potential is, and I want you to reach your potential.
Head coach Ron Aberle says that his two daughters have a sibling rivalry that breeds healthy competition.
Kind of get frustrated with each other a little bit, but then we also have that sister connection. Like we know what each other's going to do. Like, so it's really fun, and I love playing with her.
The conversation of basketball has breeded a new understanding of the game.
He's helped me a lot. He's coached me ever since kindergarten, and so everything that I know about basketball is from him.
Helps us out. He's always showing us different things we can do better and improve on. So that's always really nice, and getting that extra time almost in the gym.
When the basketball arguments reach home, Mom knows when to shut it down.
Said it definitely follows us home, and sometimes the conversations get a little bit heated because you have those little disagreements. And so my mom is usually the one who puts a stop to it, and we finally sit down and eat supper.
And Mom puts a stop to it and says, okay, that's enough. This is their safe haven here. And then we just talk about school.